Hey, what's up? My name's Eli, and this is my analog electronics final project. So pretty much what you have is 3 sine wave oscillators that I made using trial and error with a bunch of schematics that all used components of the Wein bridge. So the biggest problem with trying to make a sine wave completely analog is managing the distortion and the amplitude bounds. So the one that I chose is the LED LDR stabilization technique, which pretty much uses this Vactrol, which is an LED and a photocell wrapped in the heat gun shrink wrap. So it makes it as dark as possible in there. So I get the maximum and minimum resistance of that photocell. So pretty much these all have their own buffer circuit, so I can kind of clear out the resistance before they go into the summing amp that comes along here and goes right here. I only had the option to choose 100 ohms. I wish I could have made this different, but every time I chose a different value resistor, for some reason it just clipped like crazy, which defeats the purpose of making a sine wave because it just turns into a square wave. So it goes into the spring reverb after that, then reverb out, and goes through this circuit, which is a 100 times gain circuit. And after that, it goes into the low pass filter, which is pretty much like a master dampener. It's not necessarily a volume, but these 3 pots are all controlling the amplitude. So I'm gonna start recording. Oh yeah, then it goes to the safety circuit, audio out into my interface. So I'll start recording so you guys can hear what the project actually sounds like. These dual gang pots control the frequency. So as you turn this pot, you'll hear that as it goes through the spring reverb, it creates some really weird sounding like almost whale noises, but I do have a couple that are more bassy, like this one. I don't know where that went. There it is. There we go. Sometimes the Vactrol like stops working. Another cool thing you could do is just hit the spring reverb. Since it is all analog, it's a real spring. Which sounds super cool, but just clipped my DAW so bad. So yeah, that's pretty much the project. Definitely not as relaxing as I thought it was gonna be, but it's relaxing in a way. The main part to remember is that the diodes over here are rectifying this signal so that the LED turns on. If they weren't doing that, the LED wouldn't be turning on and it would not be stabilizing the sine wave. So yeah, hope you enjoyed. That's the project.